Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. We're going to be updating my That's Expensive project pan, which was created by Misty from Misty Pans here on YouTube. And I'm really pumped to share with you guys some information that I have here. Also, I have some new additions. I only have one that I've completed, just a little spoiler, and I'm bringing in a few more things because I want to start them now. I'm not doing like a set amount of items. I just want to start a whole bunch and bring some in as I feel like I need to use them. So let's go ahead and get started on my items. The first one I have is the Kat Von D Perfume in Sinner. And as you guys can see, I was up here and I'm now down to about here. My goal is to finish this next month if I can. If I have it upright, let's see if I can, yeah, it's not that far down, just down to here. So I will mark it, but I want to make sure that this is done because I want this as an empty next month. It's a very high priced item. And if you look from the back part, I truly don't have that much left. This is where the bottom of the jar is. And honestly, there's like next to nothing there. Like when you put it that way, there's like next to nothing in the jar. It's really like a little amount. So I'm really hoping I can get through this. This is what my usage goals look like per month. So they're not very big, but I know if I work really, really hard at this, I can get through this. I put the price over the amount, but I think this is either 30 or 50 mils, but it is $115 for this. So I want to get this as an empty. I want this out. I want to have another perfume empty in my collection. And I know that that $115 would be amazing on my bottom line for my monthly total for next month. And I need to start bringing in some like big items, some big totals, not just a bunch of minis and samples. I definitely have been working towards my minis and samples, but I feel like this would just be amazing if I could get this item out. So that's my goal, to have this as an empty by the end of next month, but we'll see if I actually can accomplish that. The next item that I have is the Natasha Denona Chromium Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Dragonfly. And of course, like last time, you guys can see all the windowing and stuff in it. I've used this twice, I believe, last month. Once the previous and I believe once before that. So it's got a little bit of usage, but this isn't something that I grab all the time. It's just something that I want to use sporadically throughout the year. There's no rush on this. I have a feeling that it's probably going to start drying out in the next like maybe 4 or 5 months because I have had it for a while and I really just want to get it used. This is $37 Canadian. So again, all my prices, just so you guys are aware, everything is in Canadian funds for me because I live in Canada. So everything you hear, it might sound outrageous for you if you live in the States or somewhere else, but my pricing is in Canadian funds. So that's why I have probably different pricing than what you're familiar with. So this was $37 Canadian. This tiny, tiny little thing that is stupid ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, it's absolutely stunning, but I don't know why I paid that much for this. It must have been on sale or something like that. I can't even remember, but I don't think I would have ever paid $37, but that's how much this costs. And I don't ever remember this being on discount. So yeah, I'm shook by this. But I do pair this with one of my Glamlight eyeshadow palettes, which is the red velvet one, and it looks so good. And so that's how I will be wearing this moving forward because I have usage goals on that eyeshadow palette. So my goal is to use this up as much as I can in conjunction with that one because that is such a good palette. I'm really happy that I've actually ordered that and that I own that because it's so nice. So that's that one. The next is the Natasha Denona Bloom Face Palette. This one has a 50 uses goal on it. I've so far used it 6. I believe last month was 4, so I've only used it twice. I actually used it today and I didn't mark it down, I don't believe. I'm not sure if I did, so I'm not going to touch it, but I'm pretty sure I didn't mark that down, which is so stupid of me. But I'm going to leave it because I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I didn't though, but this is what it looks like. I used this one today because I used the Fenty Beauty Summertime Wine Cream blush today, which is similar-ish to this, and then I put this one over top. So I got a use of that one and a use of this one. And so I'm really enjoying this, but I do want to see a lot more usage on this because I have a feeling this is going to expire relatively quickly. It says it's good for 18 months from time of opening, but there are 2 cream items in here, and even though it has a little trapdoor kind of thing, it still freaks me out. I don't want this product to go bad. I want to use it. It was very expensive. This is a 73 Canadian dollar item. So I would really like to get as much usage as I can on that for sure. And then the next is the Nars Cream Bronzer in Laguna. And I really love this. This is probably one of my favorites, if not my very favorite cream bronzer. I just love even the Laguna powder bronzer. They're my favorite. These 2 shades, like the cream and the powder one, are my favorite. So I would definitely rebuy this 100%, and I would definitely buy a full size of Laguna once I'm done all of the Laguna stuff that I currently have in my collection. I will be buying that again once I move through some of my bronzers, but I have quite a bit of usage on this one. My goal is to complete this, and I actually have quite a bit of movement, if you can see all that. I mean, obviously you can see where it is full, like where it hasn't been touched, and then you can see on this side I'm trying to go down onto the one side and see how long it takes me to reach pan, because this is going to be in for the whole rest of the year because I want this as an empty. But 100% I'll be rebuying this, but it's actually moving quite good, and I don't think this will last me super long, but definitely through the summer. So this one is a completion goal. Like I said, it was at 59.87 grams and it's now at 58.96. So I've gone down about a gram, almost exactly-ish a gram. So this one is just a really good item. It's one of my favorites in my collection. I definitely recommend that if you're looking for a cream bronzer. The next item that I have is the Sol de Janeiro hair conditioner. I didn't even grab that because I'm not using that until the summer. So there's no point in me collecting it out every single time. I'll definitely show you in a future update when I actually start using it. But currently I'm not just going to grab it just to show you the container that I haven't even touched. So we'll move on to the next one, which is my Drunk Elephant Serum. And this one is now completed. So I'm very, very excited about this. I might sneeze just so you guys know. I can feel it coming. Okay, whew, collect myself. So this one is a $63 value, which is huge for my empties for this month, because I want to make sure that I reach my goal of, I think it's $375 and change. So I need to reach or exceed that. That's my major goal for every month, is to exceed what the monthly goal is. So basically what I do is I take the yearly total, which is $5,000. So pan your way to 5K. I'm trying to get 5K worth of items of all of my empties in my makeup, skincare, hair care, and body care collections. And I'm going to total all of those up, and I want to see if I can actually reach my 5K goal. And a whole bunch of us girls are doing that. Everything will be listed down below, so don't forget to check that out. What I'm doing is if I reach a goal, even like that's higher than my monthly goal, then I will deduct that from my 5K and then divide that by the remaining months every single time I do an update, so that I know every single month how much I have to reach. And then it just gives me an idea of what items I need to focus on, which items I need to work on to reach that goal. And if I need, like, say $10 or whatever, then I pretty much go to my foil samples or something small or whatever that I know I can finish by the end of the month. So there's ways that you can sort of like reach your goal and keep that momentum depending on the value of your items. If you use a lot of drugstore items, definitely 5K will be a lot harder to hit. But in all honesty, any amount of push that you can give yourself in a year to complete any kind of empties goal, get a lot of that stuff out of your collection that you're using, and see any of those empties is always progress. No matter how big, no matter how small, it's always a great goal achieved, because then we're getting used to the things that we've put our money to. So never worry if you don't have an item like this that's $63. Say your serum is like $20. That is amazing. If you've used up your serum for $20, that is amazing. So don't worry about any comparisons or anything to anyone else. I used to do that quite a long time ago when I first started panning, but now I just do me, and I'm very excited that I'm reaching my goals. So long-winded, I apologize, but $63, this is an empty, so I'm very pumped about that. That will count in my April empties. The next one that I have is the Peter Thomas Roth anti-aging cleanser, and I went through this month. I made sure that I was wearing a full face, a lot of makeup, like what I'm wearing today, and then extra like add it on throughout the day to make sure that it doesn't look like it's come off. This I've been wearing since this morning, so definitely looks it looks a little worn, but that's okay. But this is almost empty, and this will be an empty for next month, I believe, if I can reach it. Sometimes I don't make that goal, so we'll see. But my goal is to have this done, and this item retails for $53.90. So that would be a huge deal if I could get this accomplished. I'm really pushing towards certain items in this project, and what I appreciate about this was such a great idea by Misty is you're actually going into your collection, no matter if, say you're going through your lipsticks and your most expensive lipstick is $20 and the rest of them are $3 or $10. $20 out of $3 and $10, etc. That's amazing. That's a huge chunk of money that you've put out that you're getting use on. I'm not saying only use that. You don't have to have the absolute most expensive item out of all of your things, but it's always nice to go for something that you've put a big monetary value out, because you work hard for your money, right? You want to get your most value. So I think this was such a wonderful idea, and I'm really glad that I joined, and I'm so glad that Misty created this, especially for this year. So the next one I have is the Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Cream. Again, not using it until probably next month, so I won't be bringing in this update, but definitely next update. I'll probably start using it really soon. I am working on another body cream or body lotion, but I'll talk to you about that in just a moment. I'm going to proceed, and then I'll get to that in a second. The next one is the Algenist Genius Collagen Calming Relief. I always have a hard time saying that, and I'm dropping things. It looks like this. So this is the Algenist Genius Collagen Calming Relief. I have very much been enjoying this. I've really been enjoying this, and I would for sure repurchase this. I've got quite a bit of use, as you can see, in the last month. I've made it a goal of mine to use this because I want this to be an empty in, say, 4 months' time. I want to make sure that I get to use this because it takes a while for me to use from here to here, here to here, and then, you know, this is already 1, 2, 3, 4 months, and I'm only to like the halfway point. So 8 months to finish a tub. I think this is about, what is this? Oh, this is $53.90. I'm sorry. This one is $52. This one right here. This one is $53.90. But that was, I believe, a sale, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's in the 70s. I will have to double check that. Yeah, so don't quote me on the price on this one. I'm going to double check that one once I'm done here. But so far, what I have written down is $53.90, which sounds like a really weird value, so I'm gonna have to confirm that, but it's very much worth it, especially if you can get it on a sale. I love collagen. It makes my skin feel hydrated and plump, and not like puffy, but like fresh and youthful. And I use this a couple times a week, not every single day, but a couple times a week. I want to try and make sure that I push myself to use it more often. And I just purchased some more collagen cream from, I think it's Neostrata. I'll talk to you guys about that in my future haul coming up. I don't have very much stuff, and it's like sporadic stuff, but it's stuff that it was necessary. And so I feel like this is a necessary item for me, and it makes me feel really good being more mature now. I'm aging. I'm seeing the wrinkles. I'm seeing the elasticity leaving my face and my skin. And I feel like something like this helps me feel a little more youthful, and really does make a difference. Obviously, it's not going to like do wonders, because if that was a thing, everyone would be buying stuff like this and it would be a hell of a lot more expensive, but it does make a difference. So, and it's a small one, but it's a difference. So I really like that. I've made really good progress. Last month was 34.01 grams, and I'm now at 26.88. I still have a way to go, but I'm really pumped about this one. I know I can pound that through probably in the next 4 or 5 months, depending on how much I use it. But I want to make sure that I use through it well, because now I have a backup item of collagen, and I want to get onto that one as well before it goes bad. The next item I have is Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, and it's a big one. The total value of this is $40, and it was at 178.52 grams, and it is currently at 164.67. So as you can see, I have used quite a bit of it. I got a little bit of pan in the bottom there. I'm using it a little bit across the top and then scooping in the sides, and I'm going to start working more in the middle next and just try and complete this. But I don't know that this will be an empty for next update, but potentially the update after. We'll see. I'm going to work really hard on this one. I either use this or this when I'm wearing a full face of makeup. I use this one here. If I'm using a different cleanser afterwards, this takes all the makeup off, and then I use a nice light cleanser. Otherwise, I just use this to take it off, and this takes off everything. It kind of makes my skin feel a tiny bit dry, like it sucked some of the life out of my face. That's when I go in with this item. So as you can see, I got more use on this one, which means I got more use on this one. So these pair very nicely together. And then I use this one with a different cleanser, so it's a little bit softer. I hope that makes sense. The next item I have is the Hourglass Ambient Light Palette. You guys know this is what I want out of my collection. Hourglass is a brand that I'm not going to personally support anymore because I feel like they are not as inclusive as they should be. It's 2022, and come on now. Like, there are so many different tones of skin, and you gotta be able to serve everybody, especially if you are such a huge brand like that. You can't discriminate. And that's what it feels like when you see the collections come out. It's mostly fair or like light medium, and it doesn't feel like anything like anything darker, or they're not giving anything more than that. They're just giving that. It's just the least amount possible. I'm not really getting my words out. I don't want to offend people. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but for me, I'm offended, and I'm pale skinned. Like, I have a lot more pale skin than most people, and I feel offended that they're not serving everybody. You know what I mean? So especially with the value, like, anyways, I'm not going to go into it, but this is the one that I have. It's very old. It also is a very high price tag, and I would love to see this gone in the next month or two. I don't think I'm going to even get there, but I am certainly going to try. This has been in a project year after year after year, and for some reason, I don't even touch it. I don't ever pick it up. Well, this year is a huge difference. I have made so much stride on this, and I am going to get this done this year. The last update, this was at 98.36. It was the first time I had incorporated this into my That's Expensive project. I had it in a previous project, which was that. I think that was my 22 in 2022, I believe. I wanted to use it 22 times, I think. Then I put it into this one because I just want it out. I don't want to just use it a little bit. I want the shit gone, okay? I want it gone. So this one is now at 96.2. So there is a reason why there's so much grams gone. So as you can see, I am making quite a bit of progress, and I have some scrapes and some pan or waffling, whatever, on the highlighter portion. The highlighter portion was very, very tall, and there was a lot of baked product on there. And it's a beautiful highlight if you like something very like soft. It looks like very thick and stuff there, but in all honesty, it's very soft and light when you put it on the skin. It's reflective, but it's not like you're not glowing, right? It's not like well, maybe like glowing from within-ish, but it's not putting like a streak of highlight with really reflective, you know? This is just a soft, subtle glow from within highlight. And as nice as that is, I just don't feel the connection with this product. I'm using the bronzer on my face. That's what I have in my kind of contour, like forehead area. But I just used a blotting sheet, and my face is slightly oily, and I don't want to take a brush and apply it to something I've been wearing all day. I just don't want to do that because that's just dirty. So I'm not going to reapply, but I have been getting quite a bit of progress on this bronzer. I don't know if you can see it. How am I supposed to show you guys this? This is really hard. I'm getting so much that this is going flatter. I think you'll be able to tell in pictures down the road. But this one I'm put into a lotion. So I want to get this one out. I think I'm going to actually take the rest of this highlight and put it in that that body lotion, and use that every single time I shower or whenever I'm feeling a little bit dry, because like I said, it's so soft, you can barely even see the highlight. That when I use that, it's like there's nothing in there. No matter how much of this I've decided to put in that lotion, it's like I didn't put anything in there because it's so subtle. So I think I'm just going to put the remainder of this highlight in that lotion and use it up that way, because I will most definitely have that lotion finished in the next few months. And I can consider this an empty for sure. Not just the one, but I'm going to work on all of it, and I'll be able to consider this an empty this year. This one is a face powder. It's sort of like a mattified sort of setting powder, and it looks kind of light. Like on my finger it looks a little bit lighter, but when you put it here you can really see that it's quite a bit darker. So if I put it on my face before bronzer, it does look like I've put bronzer on my face because it is a little bit deeper. And this one is the bronzer, so I'll show you the difference. This one's the bronzer. It's a little bit of a luminous bronzer. This is the sort of satin matte face powder. So they're almost the same kind of shade. Like, it looks like, what is the point almost of having those two in there? So I'm using the bronzer on the bronzy part of my face, and I'm using the face powder only like in this area and down my neck a little bit, because that's the only way I want to use it, because I'm very fair for that color right now. So I think what I'm going to do is continue using it that way to get as much usage as I can. And then once I start getting a tan in the summer, which I'm going to try and be a good girl and use a lot of sunscreen, but I know I'm going to tan because that's just what happens to me. I spend a lot of time outside, and even though I use sunscreen a lot, I still end up getting a tan. So I will use it for sure up completely in the summer, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to actually hit the waffle on this, but it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot left. Like, you can see it's very, very flat. It's very strange, and it's got a little bit of bubbling in it, I guess from the baked, like the fact that it's baked. It's wild. Anyway, I have another big, let me show you. Let me just show you. It makes it so much simpler. I have this one as well, from last year's holiday, I believe it is. Is it last year or the year before's holiday? And it looks like this. Very reflective packaging. It doesn't even feel expensive, and the name wears off over time. Like, it just comes off. That does not look expensive. I know it's a holiday kit and I know it's cheaper, blah blah blah, but I think what I might do is start using this one once I complete that one. I know I won't finish it this year, but it might be something that I can start using, because I just want to get all of my Hourglass stuff out, and it's very bulky and it's taking up a lot of room. So we'll see how that goes. But back to this one. I'm hoping that I can get this one finished probably by the end of summer at least. At least. I want it out, and it's $84 Canadian. All right, we have a few more items. These are all brand new items that I'm bringing in. So the first one is the Belief Moisturizing Eye Balm. It's the full size. I'm probably not going to get to finish this entire thing this whole year. I just took it out of the box, brand spanking new. I'm not going to open it up right now because I'm going to leave it closed until I actually start using it. But I will be using it a few times a month. And I will also be using like foil samples and mini, like deluxe size samples, that kind of stuff, as I'm using this, because I do want to finish all of those other things, and they sometimes take quite a long time to use up. But I also paid $60 for this eye balm. And I know the next time when I get an eye balm, it's going to be Shiseido, and Shiseido is $85. But I'm not going to be buying any other eye balms or eye creams. It's just going to be the Shiseido one, and I'm going to try and get it on a deal from a company in Canada. So we'll see if I can do that. Hopefully I can. I'm not getting it on like a discount. You basically have to earn points, and then you put those points towards it. So it's not like, you know, there's going to be a sale, unfortunately, towards the Shiseido. I'm getting way off track, but this one is just coming in, and it is rolling in at 100.62 grams. The next one is the Natasha Denona Bronze Face Palette. Summer is coming, y'all, and I want to get some use on this. It is starting at 137.7 grams, and I have gotten some love on this one. It has a bronzer, a highlight, it has a cream glowy base, and then it says Super Glow. So let's just take a swatch of those creamy ones. They look like highlighters, like creamy highlighters, but dark. Oh my gosh. I might use that underneath a bronzer, but look at that. They both look very dark. I don't even know how I would use them. They're very, very dark. So I'll have to watch a few videos and see how other people use them. When you blend them out, they're not too bad. If my skin gets dark enough that I can put that underneath my highlighter and then put something on top, like something a little more honey or golden when I'm more tan, because I definitely get way more tan than I am now. Which is not at all. But this one is definitely going in, and I need to get more use on these things because there's no way I'm going to get to use those up completely. But this one I'm going to put only in for 20 uses. If I get more, great, that's awesome. But I have a feeling I'm not going to reach 50 like I will with the Bloom one. I know I'll get to the 50 eventually, or at least close. But I'm not putting any pressure because I know I'm not going to complete them. So I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't meet my goal. I'm not being hard on myself with that. There's no reason. Like, it's not like anything's going to happen. The world will not explode. Like, I just maybe not reach my goal. Not a big deal. The fact that I used it is great. And then the last one, I know, tangents, right? The last one is the Dry Bar 100 Proof Smoothing Oil. And this is for hair. This little tub, which is 100 mils, which is actually not that little, is $48. $48. So if this ever goes on sale at Sephora, you darn right know I'm going to be buying it, but I'm not going to be buying it for full price in the future. But it's very good. I really enjoy this. I think it's quite, I want to say it's comparable to the Chi one, but I think the Chi one, it feels thicker. This one feels very smooth and light, where the Chi one feels heavy and, I don't know, thick. I don't know how to explain it, but this one's just very, very, very nice. So that is all of the items that I have in my collection. You guys, I'm sorry I went off on so many tangents, but I needed to keep it real. I needed to let you guys know where I am with all of this stuff and my thoughts and everything. So if you have any comments down below, I would love to hear from you. I really like to talk to you guys in the comment section. It means the world to me when you like or leave a comment down below. So please go ahead and do that. If you haven't already, I would love you to stay. So please subscribe, and I will get you guys in the next one. Bye.